Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Patrick Thomason. It's my best interest to point out some of your blind spots as a software founder, give you some bits and pieces of valuable marketing information and insights that we're currently using with our current software partners to help them not only go to market, but to actually optimize their marketing efforts more efficiently. So we're currently talking and working with a multitude of these different clients in the B2C sector of things and the B2B SaaS world and stuff like that. We're helping them book in more demos, whether it's 5 or 10xing their monthly demo count, or we're actually helping them get in front of more enterprise level clients with a Rolodex, or we're helping them shorten their sales cycle or get more enterprise level clients and prospects actually in the pipeline and signed as clients. So as a marketer in this niche who's worked with several companies ranging from B2C subscription-based softwares to middleware, B2B selling to enterprise level clients, I'm going to be showing you guys some valuable tips as to how you can go from booking in more demos to getting in front of the right prospects and some key blind points and blind spots that you actually might be missing out of. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Even though I'm young, I've had my fair share of sending out some proposals in the past few years. Have been doing this. So let's get straight into it. Now, when it comes to articulating the value of your product, whether you're going to market or you're trying to optimize your current marketing efforts, things might seem super slow. Now, you might be wondering, I have an amazing product. I know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm super knowledgeable in the space. I've been in it for 5, 10, 15, 25, 35 years, whatever it is. What are some ways that I can actually stand out in today's marketplace, as well as still leverage, old contacts or leverage Rolodex, whatever it is? How can I still leverage these existing relationships like, I used to build offline, and how can I translate that online? So that's pretty much been our whole entire goal as a, marketing business. Now, what we want to focus on really quickly here is, because the simple fact that anybody can sell leads, that doesn't make me different. That actually makes me a commodity. Now, when it comes to quantity over quality, that's what most marketing initiatives actually focus on. So the reason why you may have been burned in the past with various different marketing efforts, or the reason why you might have issues actually going to market and finding previous clientele in the future and prospects currently to get on demos with you, is probably because you're having issues articulating the value. So obviously you guys already know this. You guys are already smart people. That comes from just your unique wedge and why exactly your software is different. Now, what this sort of entails is you have to be able to articulate this with a very proven strategy. You can't just make one LinkedIn post, like you make one LN post, and then you expect like 50 demos to spawn. Unfortunately, I see a lot of B2B and B2C SaaS owners think that this is the key and end all be all. Now, I've seen this predominantly in the B2B SaaS space. I think mainly because a lot of B2B business owners who are, especially in the software space, are typically older. They're ranging demographic from 25 years old to 50 years old, something around that range, or even further, obviously, is no big deal. And I think it's because they see LinkedIn as kind of the only market initiative that they can really focus on, because that's where the majority of the people are. It's true, but it's not true. And so if you've been trying to use that angle for a while, it probably has been inefficient, just because, you're not tapping into the right potential, as well as you don't have the right systems in place to automate the personalized touch points that we do. So what we want to make sure that we do is we want to make sure that I kind of show you how exactly this process works, as well as how you can do this by yourself. So what you need to do is you need to source, qualify, and focus on, quality over quantity as far as leads go. You have a reliable way to source these leads, whether it is through LinkedIn or whether it's through a lead scraper or some sort of a proven way you can export a certain amount of leads and run through a database and actually make sure that they're qualified. Now, this is the easiest part. Anybody can do this. You give a 2-year-old a laptop and you can pretty much hold their hand into exporting leads, whether you're exporting them from Apollo or Find Email or some sort of other lead, exporting platform. It's the easiest thing in the world. But what's the hardest part? The hardest part is booking the demos. And the reason why the hardest part is booking the demos is because you have a process to where you can personally send out, messages to these leads. You probably have an entire matrix of what exactly to say to these leads. And we've seen this in partners that we're working with right now. We have a fair amount of partners. I can't exactly say for contract reasons, but they're in the retail automation space, obviously B2B software, various different niches like that. And so what we see is you have a really good way of actually hitting a touch point and talking to these prospects, but it's too much time consuming. Like you're basically you've grown out of the B2B business that you're in right now, the software business. You've kind of grown out of the marketing side. You don't want to spend your time, you don't want to spend your days marketing. You don't want to spend your hard-earned hours, because everybody gets 24 hours marketing. You don't want to do that because you have better things to work on, like fulfillment software. You're a software person. Like you love to do this stuff. You don't give a crap about marketing. So when people say, "Oh, well, if you're selling leads as a marketing agency, or if you're selling leads as a growth infrastructure business with what I'm doing, how do you actually source the right leads and how do you book in more demos?" Well, it comes down to compiling a strategy to where you nurture, build relationships, and utilize your personal brand. Now, this is much easier said than done. It requires a strategy that is custom tailored for each software founder. Sometimes for my software companies that we actually work with who are in the retail space B2B or who have a B2C subscription who are just now going to market, we figure out that if we send the same set of emails with obviously custom copy and things like that, but the same unique angle on two emails, company A or business A performs better than business B. And you always have to wonder why, whether that is because of the simple fact that the market placement's better, the offer is better, the way you build relationships in your specific niche is different. You have to take all these things into account when you're marketing. So these tips that I'm giving you right now are very clear, actionable insight, but it still leads you back to the idea that you have to figure it out, and it takes a very long time. It's very time consuming. It's very time consuming trying to replicate the offline process into the online process. And that's why I truly believe that our infrastructure is different, because we actually help you take those skills that you have as far as building relationships offline. We help you bring that online, as well as actually build you out systems to generate the leads, nurture the leads, build the relationships authentically, and not just send 100,000 cold emails out there. Especially if you are in the B2B SaaS world, you understand the value of proper relationships. So it comes down to, yes, you need to be able to articulate the value of your service or product better, of your software, but you're still probably having issues sourcing, qualifying, and focusing on quality over quantity at a larger scale. Obviously, in an ideal world, you as a software founder, in order to book in more demos, you want to be able to source the right leads, you want to be able to qualify these leads, and you want to be able to focus on quality. You'd rather have and I actually had a prospect tell me this on the phone a few days ago. Look, I'd rather have you book me one demo a week, but they are the most attractive prospect, rather than you book me one demo a day and they're a terrible prospect. Now, if you're anything like me, you actually can agree with this, because you'd much rather be talking to somebody who is much more qualified than somebody who isn't. So it's finding that sweet spot of your, unique value that you share in the marketplace, mixed with a strategy to focus on quality leads, not quantity, how to nurture, build relationships, and brand. So in other words, you're asking, how do you do this? Well, you probably are already doing this, but you're not doing this at a scale that it needs to be done. And that requires AI automation. This requires workflows. This requires more unique angles on how to specifically go about doing things. This requires breaking down different positions in your ICP's B2B business and figuring out different target messaging for them. This requires various different campaigns, paid advertising campaigns or cold email campaigns, targeting these specific heads of staff in these companies, whether it's the CIO, information officer, CEO, head, obviously, COO, somebody in another IT department. So this requires a strategy that is not copy paste. Every single business that we work with or we partner with, it's always different. The world of marketing is really never copy paste, especially in this specific situation. So like I said, articulating the value of your product can be difficult, and I understand the pain that you're probably dealing with. You have a unique product, what you sell is very attractive, and that if you can just get the right people on the phone, if you can just catch that right person at the right time, you have them, and you can close them, or you can help show them the value of your product, whatever it is. But you just need those opportunities. You just need those right people in your pipeline. You just need those right retailers, those right B2B companies, those right B2C consumers, whatever, in your pipeline at the right time in order to kind of hit and strike while the iron's hot, if you will. So Like I said, recapping this video, you guys already have fulfillment covered as a software founder. Nurturing, building relationships is the most important thing you can do, and you want to be able to actually utilize LinkedIn in these different platforms. What I'm trying to get at in this video, what I'm trying to tell you is that these marketing efforts that you're currently doing, if you're not booking in the amount of demos with the right qualified prospects that you want to, or you're not getting in front of the right B2B or enterprise level clientele that you feel like you should be getting in front of, I want you to take a step back, and I want you to actually understand that there are different angles that you have to take to these different marketing managers and these different employees in the company. And so what I want you to do really quickly here is I want you to figure out who exactly would be the most leveraged person who you can get in front of. And then you obviously have to compile a strategy. Like I said, most of you guys don't want to do this. I hop on the phone with like 2 or 3 of you guys every single day. It's amazing. It's so funny because the most question I get is, I don't have the time. I don't really care. Marketing is not something I want to be doing, especially at this age. I've heard that a lot of times, especially in the past few weeks as well. And so with that being said, this is the most important thing you can possibly do for your software, focusing on front end and focusing on actually getting the right leads and customers. A lot of people who I talk to on the phone as well have been with larger corporate companies for decades. They're never used to actually having to go out there and fish and get leads. They already have a pool of clientele or prospects who they can then fish from. So it's a very different angle that we have to approach this at. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope I actually helped articulate some of my value in the video to show you guys how exactly to optimize your current marketing efforts, or how to kind of go about prospecting a little bit differently, especially in today's day and age, rather than just making a LinkedIn post and hoping to get 50 demos. It takes a little bit more of a unique approach. So I hope this video helped. I hope this video pointed out some of your blind spots. I look forward to possibly speaking with you on the phone. If you're from my email list, if you're from my YouTube video, I got my call link right down below. You guys can book in from there. So I look forward to speaking with you soon. Quick 15-minute chat if you guys want to book in down below. If not, no worries. Got some more valuable videos on this channel. I'll see you guys later and catch you guys in the next one. Peace.